Consultants on Call, Solving Organizational Communication Problems. Welcome to the Starcom MediaVest Group case study by SunGroup. Over the next few minutes, we will discuss various aspects of this case study and our recommendations. But first, let's meet the team. Meet the SunGroup team. Shelby Fulton, Strategic Solutions Consultant. Shelby brings 2 years of professional experience in customer service, specializing in client communication and reception management. She is skilled in handling high-volume phone interactions, providing administrative support, and maintaining a welcoming environment for clients and colleagues alike. Natalie Charukian, Lead Research Consultant. Natalie has over 30 years of forensic accounting and business consulting, servicing clients in various industries from California to New York. Together, they analyze the Starcom MediaVest Group case to explore how organizations integrate formal and informal communication networks to improve collaboration and efficiency. The Starcom MediaVest Group case shows how modern organizations adapt both formal and informal communication networks to improve collaboration and efficiency. All right, well, let's start with what's happening at Starcom MediaVest Group. Employees were spending a lot of time on social media sites like Facebook and LinkedIn during their work hours. So instead of restricting that behavior, leadership saw potential.
Yes, they decided to make their own networking site. This site would make it easy for employees to find people with specific skills they're looking for. The idea of this website is to take informal communication and turn it into a tool to help productivity. Employees could find expertise and collaborate with other employees globally. For key concepts, the first concept is formal and informal networks. Formal networks have upward, downward, and horizontal channels. The upward channel is when communication goes from bottom to the top of the hierarchy chain. Then downward would be the communication from the top to the bottom of the hierarchy chain. And then the horizontal channel is communication from people from the same hierarchy level.
The informal communication, or what we call the grapevine, is the unofficial path that shares information quickly. This would be a string of stand network where a message goes from one person to the other. Gossip communication, where a person with the information tells a bunch of people, which we see in our real life all the time. And probability communication, where a person with information randomly tells other people, and those other people tell other people. It's basically a cluster where a person with information chooses a group of people to tell, and those people select people to tell. I know, really confusing. With this being said, the Starcom site turned informal, quote unquote, water cooler talk into a structured, searchable system.
The second key concept would be HARCO's, I butchered that, function of horizontal communication, task coordination, problem solving, information sharing, and conflict resolution.
And the last concept is Coleman Brass Social Capital Theory. These theories highlight relationships and trust to create value through communication. Starcom expanded employee closeness, which then fostered collaboration.
So for analysis of communication strategies, by Starcom choosing to make a website, they helped social networking. They embrace the informal networks.
Exactly. They created a system that combined the efficiency of formal channels with the openness of informal ones. And this hybrid model made communication faster, more transparent, and more human, which in theory strengthening employees' relationship and trust.
Outcomes and lessons learned. I would say the outcomes were impressive because there was improved efficiency, engagement, and transparency.
They also successfully integrated formal and informal systems. They improved horizontal communication through all departments.
And then the last outcome was they made greater social capital, leading to a strong organizational culture.
Here we have some recommendations for Starcom MediaVest Group, and they are encourage consistent participation to maintain engagement and information flow.
Provide communication training to ensure messages remain professional and align with organizational goals.
Monitor network analytics to identify communication isolates and create inclusivity.
Integrate feedback mechanisms to evaluate how the platform influences decision-making and collaboration.
And balance openness with structure, maintain the benefit of informal interaction while preserving accuracy and accountability.
For our visual summary, to sum it up, Starcom turned everyday communication into strategical collaboration.
I would say that it is a perfect balance of structure and connection.
It shows how digital tools can strengthen workplace relationships. So for case questions, the first question to answer is, how do you think social networking sites are changing the dynamics of horizontal communication within the organization? An issue with some organizations have is with coworkers being silent on important information. Social networking could be a way for employees to share information with other employees on the same skill level freely. It's a way to talk about problems or issues with another without other employees overhearing. Social networking can also help decrease tension with other departments in the organization. With anyone being able to look up anyone and find out information, this could help give people an understanding on who the person is. Gaining a sense of who the person is can help with communication in the workplace with an individual.
I'll go ahead and take question 2, which is, do you think organizations should limit employee access to social networking websites during the business day? I'll start by saying that a tight hold on access can actually backfire. Yes, there's validity to be worried about distractions. However, blocking all social websites can negate the possibility of valuing communication and engagement channels. Indeed, from a management standpoint, communication is a priority. Downward policies that block entry without upward feedback may produce employee reticence and or opposition, which we saw in our 5.1 wrench chapter. Instead, businesses need to have a very clear usage guideline in place. And for example, that would be allowing internal networking and professional collaboration while discouraging inappropriate browsing. When used responsibly, social media can improve upward and horizontal communication, foster transparency, and reinforce organizational culture.
Then for the last question, what downsides are from an organization having its own social networking website? Some downsides to having your own social networking website is there is a lot of money that goes into making a website and maintaining it. There's going to be a lot of bugs with the websites that need to be fixed. Another downside would be, why would employees use our website?
Well, you're right. Another downside would be if popular websites like LinkedIn already do things that our website does, then why would people choose our website? So yes, that is another downside. For our MLA references, we would like to acknowledge the communication theories and researches that guided our analysis. This included Wrench, Hirakawa, Mishra, Coleman, and Brass, whose work connects theory to real-world practice.
And then our team contributions. Yay!
Thank you. Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming to look at our presentation. We hope you enjoyed it and it was informational.